राम राम भाइयों और उनकी बहनों. So today I thought I'll talk about a topic which is sort of really close to my heart. It's more of a problem than a topic, and it is about phone addiction, or you can call it addiction to internet or social media and things basically on the screen that stimulate your brain a lot. So I've been facing this issue of just not getting sort of off on. So whether it's WhatsApp, which I think open hundreds of times a day, and if I post something, whether it's a status or some story or some post on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, I keep checking if someone responded, if someone liked it, if someone commented, um, which kind of has come down in recent times because I have deactivated Instagram. I am not much in recent times. I am more active on Facebook though, and Twitter. And my YouTube is just off because I have turned off the watch history, so it doesn't recommend me anything. And I have basically turned off notification for almost every app, except Outlook and Gmail and things like that. So the phone doesn't really give me any notifications. It doesn't make any sound. Doesn't give you the notification over the curtain or even the pop-ups on the icon of apps. Uh, but still, I end up checking phone, particularly WhatsApp and Twitter, like hundreds of times a day. So and then I was wondering why is it happening? Like why is it that this damn thing this thing is so addictive that you basically can't stay away from it? And part of the reason I realized is that it's the way the technology is designed. So they're deliberately made these apps and these websites in such a way that it basically gets you addictive. It gives you dopamine kick. You get the notifications. And since we are social creatures, so we care about what our friends and others think about us, and so it sort of it it kind of targets very deep instincts in us. It's a kind of little evolutionary conditionings. So we care about our social tribe, we care about how we look, and of course taps into our dopamine system. So it gives us these little kicks in dopamine, the little packets of positive emotion. Okay, someone liked your photo, and someone said, "Oh, you're beautiful," or "Whoa, that workshop is great," "Oh, you got first prize in that," or whatever it is, right? And so it kind of when you do it more and more often, it almost trains your brain to basically seek the same thing again and again, which is called addiction basically. But it's more pernicious than that. क्योंकि ये लोग there's an entire there are entire algorithms running in big servers to basically find more about you, what kind of things you like, what kind of things you don't like, your taste in music, your political ideology, and they know everything about you, right? That's part of the reason I usually don't give permission to many websites and Google and YouTube to track my browsing. But that doesn't help actually. They are tracking you anyway. But then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, how is it that I can really save myself from wasting time on these things? And of course, they are sort of modifying your interests and getting you more addicted, and in some sense, more and more extreme, violent things about the social world is shown on Twitter and Facebook, and because then it becomes more of a attention grabbing phenomenon, right? So the so-called influencers, or the people who are trying to get famous, or trying to increase their reach on social media particularly, will do more and more weird and insane and exciting things, and even algorithm kind of modifies that kind of content, so you don't really have a more balanced view of what is happening in the world, particularly in the news field. That's why fake news are so widespread, because it's easier to spread, because fake news can be very exciting and whatever, intimidating or provoking. Truth is often boring and complicated and sort of very detailed. So that requires a lot of energy and time to to fact check and figure out truth. So that's why there's a lot of fake news, a lot of violent content, polarizing content is there, um, on, I would say, on Instagram and Twitter. Twitter or X now is really a toxic place that way, because you particularly if you become a little what's a little micro celebrity, or if there are like some thousand people following you. I'm not saying I have it, but I've seen other people experiencing this, that then they make any comment and people just go after them. There are, no matter they say the thing, uh, they say opinion A today and opinion B, which is almost opposite of A, tomorrow. In either case, they're gonna, there will be people who will basically disagree and who will abuse them and give galis and whatnot. So it's really toxic place that way. I realized Sam Harris actually left Twitter. It's one person that I used to listen to. Even now I listen to him on and off, and he says that it's a net positive that he left Twitter. A lot of negativity was coming from Twitter in his life unnecessarily. So maybe one solution might be just turn these things off. So maybe it's easier to turn off Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, but WhatsApp has almost become indispensable, because there are, if you are a university student, or if you're preparing for something, or if you run a business and the teams have groups. For example, I'm part of now many groups, including my lab groups and department groups and the extracurricular activities that I'm part of. So it's so difficult to leave everything. But although I know a person, I have a friend at Ashoka University. He's a senior PhD scholar in physics, and he doesn't even have a smartphone. He has it, but he doesn't use it. He has kind of a basic version of smartphone, and he's not there on WhatsApp, and somehow he's managing it. Particularly when the groups came on WhatsApp updates, he was like, "This is it. I don't want this thing," because random people started adding him on the groups, and sort of the new generation developed different expectations on how to communicate on WhatsApp. uh, right, someone would just say hi and just wait for your response, and this friend of mine was sort of waiting for, okay, say something else, like what, hi, right, so the style of communication has really changed. People expect instant replies and whatnot on these messaging apps like WhatsApp and Instagram. And this guy managed to just be off WhatsApp, and I'm like, how did you manage that, how do your friends plan trips and whatever, some events? And he was like, they will just call me. One of them would just call me, "Ki, okay, they're planning something on the group," and they would say, okay, one person please call XYZ, my friend. And they call XYZ, and Mr. XYZ is kind of present in the event without going through all these uh, notifications and hectic details of the planning of the event. So he doesn't want to be available 24 into 7, which I kind of respect. And yeah, if you have something urgent, just call him, like that's what he says. And offline he's there, right? So if you want to talk to him, you have to take the cost of offline approaching him and talking to him. And that offline conversation is have some consequences. Actually, you can't just say anything and run away, because there is physical proximity. In online, there are people who will just ghost you, right? They will give you galis and disappear from your digital world, and you can't do anything. So that's really one of the negative sides of online conversations. I think online conversations should always be complemented with offline meetings and conversations. Um, I'm not saying that it's always net negative, but and I'm sure there are people who met online and they found some common interest, and they kind of built a community, and they have the sense of shared interest, which wouldn't be possible in olden days, where you could only talk to people in the same village or same society or same city. So I'm sure there are positive sides to social media, but a lot of it, I see it as just addiction and unnecessary polarizing and fake news and whatnot. So it's really addictive. But I think if you have strong willpower, you can just maybe block it or delete it, deactivate it, like I have done with Instagram and largely with YouTube. There I just watch what I want to watch. The app doesn't show me anything. It's really one thing that I would recommend you if you're addicted to YouTube, or if you spend a lot of time or waste a lot of time on YouTube, is that just turn off your watch history. then on your homepage of YouTube there will be nothing, because they have no suggestions for you, because they can't track your watch history, so they don't know what you like, although they know, but they wouldn't so it to you. Yeah, anyway, my rant is over. Bye bye guys, good night. It's raining outside in Bangalore. Take care.